You can watch SeemsGoodMagic.com team members live stream at www.twitch.tv/Inez27. If you enjoy our videos, you can support us by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on eBay store, and purchasing some singles or playsets. Thanks and enjoy. Hey all, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here with another 8-4 Gatecrash draft. Got a great pack. Foil rare, Simic Manipulator, who's very strong. Also have Night Veil Spectre, who's very strong. In addition, Skyjack, Hands of Binding, Sage's Road Denizen, Madcap Skills, Death's Approach, Balustrade Spy, Mugging. Everything in this pack is pretty much playable, except for the Razor Tip Whip. Yeah, so I can really go any direction I want. Gruul Charm, maybe a little bit underwhelming as a first pick. I think we're probably going to take one of the rares. Probably the Night Veil Spectre. Sometimes the Manipulator can be pretty bad. Sometimes it can be really good when you're playing it, on turn 3. But I think sometimes when you draw it late, it's really not doing anything. So I think we're cool to take the Spectre here first pick. It's a little color intensive, I admit, but that's a powerful effect on that card. All right, and it's still early enough. We're not committed to anything yet. So what's the strongest card out of this pack? Probably the Guardian, I would say. This card is pretty awesome. What else is good in this pack? Xertos Swine. I don't really like the Cyclops all that much, but he's fine, playable. Got some decent green ramp cards. That's about it. Pretty easy Guardian of the Gateless, I would say. Trying to get this. Why can I not read the top of those? There we go. All right. So far, Dimir card, a white card. Could take the Aristocrat. It is a bear. Could take the Legionnaire. That might be a sign Boros is open. Although, there's still an Ember Beast in here. Yeah, Legionnaire's pretty awesome. Certainly better than Aristocrat. I'm not opposed to taking the Legionnaire here. Third pick Legionnaire might be a pretty good sign that Boros is open. And it's certainly better than Cartel Aristocrat, although I do like Cartel Aristocrat. Yeah, let's take the Legionnaire. It's early enough. We don't know what we're doing yet, so let's figure it out. Okay, next pick. We can go Disciple, Madcap. They're both good. Ivy Lane Denizen's fine. Yeah, I think we just got to take the Pit Fight here. Pretty phenomenal card. You can play it in Boros, you can play it in Gruul, you can play it in Simic, where it's probably best. Yeah, I think Pit Fight's a pretty safe pick here. Madcap's pretty good, pretty awesome in Boros as well, I will admit, but I'd rather have the removal. All right, so I'm a big fan of Glaring Spotlight, but if we're going to make Boros work, which I think I'd like to do at this point, that's still fairly open. This is a late Undercity Informer, which does pair well with the Spectre, but based on what we already have, I'm probably just going to take the Warmind Infantry. I like it more than the Boros Elite. Yeah, I think we're just taking the Infantry here. It works really well with the Pit Fight, so I'm happy to do that. All right. The pick here, I don't really like Ordrune Veteran very much. I think this card's fairly weak. So I'd rather have an Angelic Edict rather than the Veteran. And I think I'd actually rather have the Edict than the Massive Raid. Massive Raid does more of what Boros wants to do in terms of direct damage to the face. But Edict really just is such an important card for Boros to take care of those Simic creatures. There's also an Aetherize in here, and a Gruul Guildgate, and a Bane Alley Broker. All of those cards. The fact that this is, 5th, 6th pick, that's a pretty good sign that Dimir is open. but I think we're getting a little more Boros oriented at the moment. We don't have to stick with it. I think here I'll take the Gruul Keyrune. I guess if I was to go any other direction with Boros, I'd probably rather go Gruul rather than black. I mean, I could go more... I guess I could go more black to fix for the Spectre, but Keyrune's fine. Keyrune's pretty good. Alright, we can take the Commandos, we can take the Act of Treason. I think we probably take the Act. It's still early enough where... Actually, Act plus Pit Fight. Yeah, we've talked about that before. That's some good synergy. Alright, let's take the Act of Treason. Alright, next pick. Well, this is actually kind of challenging. Gruul Charm's pretty awesome, even on the splash. It kills flyers. I guess I have a couple flyers, so that's not fantastic, but the most important one on this one is creatures without flying can't block for 2 mana. That's pretty amazing. It essentially is doing close to what Mark for Death is doing, but at 2 mana. Then again, it's less color intensive. I do have a Keyrune already. I think I'm actually taking the Thunderfist, believe it or not. It's a 5-drop creature I always get behind. I like this one quite a bit. Alright, let's take the Greenside Watcher here. We may be going towards 3-color a little bit. I don't think I have a problem with that, though. 3-color is pretty doable in this set if you have a wee bit of fixing. We do have the Keyrune already, and now we have a Gruul Guildgate, so perfect. Tabled it. That's a good sign. So we have that. That should help make this 3-color dream a little more realistic. Alright, so what's the problem with 3-color? Well, the problem with 3-color is we're not going to be as consistently aggro, which is really what you want to do. That's like the bulk of what the Boros plan is. Play cheap, efficient creatures. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. We'll take the Night Watch here. It turns on Battalion. Otherwise, it's a fairly underwhelming 5-drop, but I don't know. If we get another Keyrune, we did just pass an Orzhov Keyrune, but if we see another one, I wouldn't mind playing another one probably. Might as well take the late Guildgate. Could open us up for a splash. I don't think we're going to be splashing for this Spectre. I don't think that's realistic. So far we have some good 2-drops, some good 3-drops. Need a little bit more... I wouldn't mind a little more overall power in this deck. We have some decent cards right now, but Sky Knight Legionnaire becomes a lot less exciting when you don't have something to support it a little bit more, like, 2-color deck. I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable playing this in a 2-color deck. Alright, we have a good first pick here. I think we're just going to take the Wrecking Ogre. This card is just, I know it's another 5-drop, but this card's ridiculous. Just takes games over. I mean, you do it on a Sky Knight Legionnaire, you take 10 damage. It's like, that's insane. There's a good chance we wheel something good out of here. Probably the Gruul Charm again. I don't think we're going to be wheeling this, but I'd love to get this guy. He's an excellent 4-drop. And Slaughterhorn would be fine. Smite would actually be fine. Mugging would be good. This is a deep pack, but we'll take the Wrecking Ogre because that's 100% not wheeling. Alright. Possibly taking another 5-drop here. I'm not really sold on the Loyalist in this deck. This does not look like the Loyalist deck. This looks like a slower deck, but I'd rather have the Swine than the Predator, and I would definitely play the Swine over the Night Watch. So, taking another 5-drop. Not thrilled about it, but it's fine. Alright, here we could take the Skyjack, also another Pit Fight. I mean, we have, this is shaping up to be a pretty good Pit Fight deck, as odd as it may look right now. God, I'd love to have this. I'd love to have this. Both of them are so important to getting you to the late game. I guess it makes a little less sense. I don't know. It's because we're like dedicated 3-color right now. It's hard to say what I want to do the most. I kind of want this Pit Fight. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want the Denizen. Although the Denizen, I admit, doesn't look that great right now. I really want the Skyjack because it's a 2-drop. It's just tough. I think we're actually going to go with the Skyjack. I have a lot of good pit fight options, but I feel like I need some more 2-drops. I'm just low on 2-drops. Alright, here I'm definitely taking the arrows. That's looks excellent in this deck. Another Bane Alley Broker. Damn. Massive Raid. Denizen, not really that unhappy about missing out on them. Alright, Guildgate would be nice if we could table that. Might be wishful thinking, but I can dream. Let's see. Ooze Flux here. Definitely does not look like an Ooze Flux deck. But take it anyway, I think. It's on color. Could get something interesting for it. Wow. Or we'll take the Smite here pretty happily. I like Smite when you're trying to be defensive. Alright, definitely taking Prophetic Prism here. Help with our 3-color nonsense. It's another 2-drop. I guess we're taking the Naturalize for the sideboard. Just a late Spy and Death's Approach. It's pretty crazy. I think actually the Spy is better against us than the Death's Approach. And I'm not going to play a Riot Gear, pretty sure. Alright, I guess we'll take the Predator. Although we are good on our late game. Let's hide this Night Watch now. I don't think that's happening. All the rest of my 5-drops I'm pretty happy with. I probably can cut the Thunder Fist. Looks like it's the weakest out of these. Although maybe I'd play the Thunder Fist over the Predator just because it's a mana cheaper. But 1 extra mana for can't be blocked except by 2 or more. 2 more power, another toughness. Might be worth it. I guess this does get Vigilance too though, so it's a debate. This card's the most swingy, so I guess I'll hate that. It's an interesting deck. I could use some more early game. So I gotta focus. All I really gotta do is focus on a few more 2 and 3 drops. I guess we can hide this too. Focus on a few more 2 and 3 drops, and I really think this deck can come together pretty well. Maybe I shouldn't. I think actually I shouldn't hide this Orzhov Guildgate. There's a good chance I play it because I have the Watcher. I could get another Watcher too. But I don't know if that would, even with the Guildgate and Prism, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable splashing for the Spy. So I think we are going to dump that plan. Alright, excellent. Table that Boros Guildgate. Really happy to see that. Now we don't have to really do the Orzhov Guildgate. I think with those 2 in the Watcher, we're feeling pretty good. This looks like a Watcher deck at this point, though. I wouldn't mind playing another one. Yeah, so we're a little bit color intensive in here, which could be a problem, but we shall see. I mean, I admit we're pretty damn close to just straight Boros right now. Our only splash cards are Watcher and Zertos Swine. So maybe we have less goodies than I realized for green, but I still feel like we're probably going to have to do green. Maybe not. I guess we'll see. I mean, I guess Gruul Key Rune, I'd like to be able to turn that into a creature, so green might be worthy. He certainly feels awkward on the splash, I admit. Does not feel as relevant a 2-drop when it's your essentially splash color. So, alright. This deck needs 2 and 3 drop creatures. I'm pretty happy, I guess I picked up the Skyjack. It sucks it was in the same pack as the pit fight, but cannot always get what you want. Wow. It's a hell of a pack. I'm a big fan of Ruskera, but we are so good on 5 drops. I think we're just going to be going with the Ember Beast, which does not look great in this deck. But like I said, we need more cheap creatures. There's still a good chance that we get some more. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Alright, well, there are some 2 and 3 drop creatures. Unfortunately, is also the best removal spell. One of the best removal spells in the format, so I think I actually have to take the Ground Assault here over the Infantry. Too good. Cannot pass the Ground Assault. We're only at 10 creatures right now. Damn. Alright, we're a little bit short on creatures. No doubt. Well, Scar Goliath's a pretty cool card. Unfortunately, it's a little bit expensive. I guess we're taking the Homing Lightning since it's probably one of the best removals in the format. And it's a 4-drop. Alright, this deck's starting to shape up to be a little bit awkward. Not a lot of early game. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty believable removal spells. Wow, another Wrecking Ogre. Also a Shanktail, but Wrecking Ogre's so much, just vastly superior in my mind. It's another 5-drop though, jeez. Madcap doesn't look like it can be played in here, not enough creatures. Shanktail could. Martial Glory, not really. Screw it. I'm going deep on Wrecking Ogres. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care that I have 1,000 5-drops. I'm just going to go pure greed. Alright, we're given a gift here. We're going to take the Warmind Infantry. Rather have it than the 4-drop, I think. Keep our curve down as much as I can. Actually, could take the Krakenura. Go a little bit deeper green. I mean, I definitely want to get to 5 mana, so maybe this makes a little more sense. But currently, if I was able to cut the Greenside Watcher, I could just splash for Ground Assault, Zertos Swine. That might be smarter. Infantry straight red. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, Krakenura is better, but if we can just touch in green, I'd probably prefer that. Like, you can't really splash for Verdant Haven very effectively, but at the same time, the only other thing in here is a 5-drop for us, so I guess we'll take it. Alright, we've got an interesting deck. I think we're, at this point, we're pretty much dedicated 3-color. But actually, the Verdant Haven should be good. Could take another Key Rune, too. With the amount of 5-drops I have, I'm really not opposed to that. I'm not going to lie. Over the Guild Gate. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for Key Rune on this one. Let's get to 3 to 5 as fast as we can. This is 23 cards right now? Jeez. I was hoping I could do a little bit better than this. It's only 12 creatures. Alright. Probably going to get rid of this Act of Treason if I can. You know, Glaring Spotlight is a card. Boros Key Rune's a card too. Might actually make more sense than the Verdant Haven. Yeah, alright. So let's cut the Verdant Haven. This will make the green splash easier. I think oh God, we're probably going to have to cut this Greenside Watcher. Just going to be tough. Smite, it's a lot worse in this deck. This is tough. Could take another Gruul Guild Gate. Our green splash is Ground Assault. Activating Key Rune, Zertos Swine. Otherwise, I'm taking a Rust Scarab and probably not playing it. Although it's better than Thunder Fist, so let's just take the Scarab then. I think we'll play it over the Thunder Fist. I think this guy's better for sure. Oh, nothing on color, really? Interesting deck. Interesting deck. Probably need that guy. Oh, man. This deck's got some shortcomings. We're not going to play the Commandos. Guess we'll hate their creatures. Alright, well, like I said, fascinating, interesting, whatever deck. Alright, maybe we cut. I don't think this is an Act of Treason deck. Alright, maybe I do make the Watcher work somehow. Splash 2 drops. Doesn't even seem reasonable, but I don't know if I have a lot of choices in the matter. We got cut pretty hard on early creatures. I admit, I think I had a greedy pick. I picked the Wrecking Ogre over a cheaper creature, but come on, 2 Wrecking Ogres? You kidding me? That's just stupid. Alright. Let's put in the cards we're almost assuredly playing. Sadly, I think Millennial Gargoyle gets the play here, just because we're so short on creatures. Alright, so this is 24. Guess I'd rather... It does make more sense to play the Watcher in this deck, because we have 2 Guild Gates we're for sure playing. And it just comes down at 2, hopefully. We're going to have an interesting mana base, I'll tell you that much. Alright, 13 creatures. And do I even have... I mean, I could try and make this work, but I'd have to cut... Maybe we cut the Thunder Fist for it. Just keep the curve down a tad bit. But the fact that we have 3 ramp spells, I'd rather probably just have the 1,000,000 5-drops. As strange as that seems. This deck's hilarious. It's such a bad curve. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do about it. I don't think there is. I think we're going to have to play it like this. Alright. So we'll put in our Guild Gates, where we've got the 3 key runes, so we do actually get to 5 pretty consistently in my mind. Legionnaire looks like a turd in this deck. So does the Watcher, really. So we've got some... We need to get to 5 mana. Ember Beast looks like a total turd in this deck, too. Smite looks terrible. I think I actually need to play it, though, sadly. This is a challenging deck. Alright, I guess we're mostly red, so let's see what they suggest. They want to do 8, 4, 3. They're actually saying more green than white. Wow. Is that right? This is a 2-drop white. So our 2 off colors are the 2-drop creatures. That's not ideal. 3 drops mostly red. So if we did 8, 4, 3, what is that? Let's count the Prophetic Prism as a land source. And let's count the key runes, so I can do the math a little bit better in my head. So if we did 4 green sources, that'd really be like 7, 8 green sources. That seems unnecessary. If we do another plains, we really have like 4, 5, 6, 7 white sources. And then we have 7 green sources too. Okay, and then how many red sources? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's unnecessary. That's too much. Let's drop it. Bring these up. So really, if I did it like this, then I would have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 red sources. What is that? 8 white sources? 6, 7, 8, and then 8 green sources as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. These require green. This requires white. Okay, and these can both be played for red. It's interesting. I might do it like this. I'm not opposed to this mana base. I mean, I definitely need more red, but I only need color intensive red for these 2. And like I said, I still have how many sources of red? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sources of red with just 6 mountains. I can probably lower that. Let's do another white source maybe. What a weird mana base we've got. We really don't need that much white. I guess we do it like this. I mean, I could do another green to hit that Watcher to help us ramp. We've already got the 3. Ugh, I don't know. I guess we do it like this. We do have the most red after all, so it does kind of make sense. Okay, alright. Running a strange deck. Really just have to survive, and I'll feel pretty good. If we can make it so to hit our 5 drops, once we start hitting 5 drops, we should be okay. But I admit, our early game is pretty disgraceful. Thankfully, we have a Ground Assault and an Arrows of Justice, because those are going to be pretty important, and the Homing Lightning. So our 2, 3, 4 removal spells, I guess the 1 is pretty important too. All of those are very essential, but this is going to be a tough deck to win with, because we have to survive. So we have to survive an initial onslaught effectively in order to win. But let's try and make it happen. I might even want to try and do the Verdant Haven too. Can't really cut a creature for it though. I mean, I think our 3 key runes are hopefully enough. Alright, let's see what happens. I think I'm actually going to cut the Smite for the Verdant Haven. Last second switch, I know. Might seem wrong, but I don't know. Something about the Smite in a 13 creature deck that doesn't start until turn 5 creatures. Something about it bothers me. Like, I'd rather have the Pit Fight, I think. I think there's more use I can get out of this. Possibly. Works better with the Ember Beast. That's my justification. I just need to get to 5. So I'm having 4 3-drop ramp spells. Whether or not that's right, we'll find out.